Hi Bold Bakers. So I don't know about you, but I've always been striving to make these blueberry muffins that you get in bakeries. They're really big, they've got crunchy stuff on top, and they're incredibly soft in the middle. Well, get excited because I've got that exact recipe for you right now. As always, the recipe can be found on my website, and make sure you check out biggerbolderbaking.com because I've got tons more recipes and videos over there. So the first step we're going to do is make our cinnamon crumb topping in this bowl. Add in your flour, sugar, and cinnamon. And then with a fork, just mix these ingredients together. So now that it's mixed, the next step we're going to do is pour in some melted butter. Now you pretty much see exactly what I'm trying to do here straight away. See the way it starts to clump into these crumbs? This is exactly what we're looking for. This creates that lovely crunchy texture on the top of your muffin. This is an extra step, but believe me, it is well worth it. Okay, lovely. Here's our crumb. Smells delicious, looks perfect. I'm gonna pop this into the fridge and we're gonna make our muffin batter. Into this bowl, we're going to add in some sugar, plain yogurt, or Greek yogurt, whatever you like, an egg. For those of you who don't eat eggs, you can always substitute it with applesauce or banana, and all that information can be found on my website. A little splash of milk, some flavorless oil like coconut or vegetable, and some vanilla extract. Then with your whisk, just mix these all together. So those are my wet ingredients. I'm gonna put them over to the side, and in a separate bowl, we're gonna mix up our dry ingredients. So into this, I'm going to add in some flour, baking powder to help our muffins rise, and some salt. And then just give these a quick mix together. You'll notice that when I bake, I mix my dry separately and my wet before I combine the two, and it just makes sure that everything is mixed well together. Okay, lovely. Those are our dry ingredients. Gonna bring back in our wet. Then you know how this goes, add your dry into your wet. And then whisk both together. So you know the way I said these muffins are really incredibly soft? Well, the reason they are is because of the yogurt. The yogurt in there is an acid, and it actually tenderizes the flour, makes it nice and soft and really tender. So it's a really fantastic ingredient. Now, just like when you're making pancakes, waffles, lots of other batters, lumps are okay here. So just mix it until it comes together, like so. I still see a few lumps, but that's grand. It's well mixed. We don't need to mix it anymore. And the next thing we're going to do is add in the star of the show, our blueberries. So let me tell you a little something about blueberries. I like to use frozen blueberries, and I'll tell you why. Blueberries are not in season all year long, but when they're frozen, they actually are frozen at their peak season, so they're at their best. So I like to buy them organic, with no added sugar, just as they are, and I actually put them into the batter frozen as well. And the reason I do this is because they don't bleed and the color doesn't run. Okay, so just give these a quick fold in. I read somewhere that Beyonce eats blueberries every morning, so now I eat blueberries every morning. Perfect. Now you want to bring in your muffin tin and start filling it up. So as you can see, I already lined my cupcake tin, and I'm going to put nice big scoops of batter into each well. Now I like to fill these up almost to the top because I like the really nice big muffins, but honestly you can do a little bit less and make more. This recipe will yield you around 9 to 10 big muffins. I wasn't lying when I said I like big muffins. I filled these almost to the top. So here I have our cinnamon crumb. All you have to do with this guy is just generously scoop a big spoonful over the top of your muffin. Now be generous with this because when it bakes, it spreads and you can fit quite a lot on there. So you might think, did I go too far? You can never go too far with cinnamon crumb. So I know I'm making these beautiful little muffins, but you can also make this into one nice big loaf or a round cake. You want to bake it off at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for roughly 45 to 55 minutes or so. It's going to be a big guy, so it's going to take some time. Okay, perfect. So these are looking superb. I love them. Here's a really fun tip about this recipe. You can actually freeze them off as is right now, the raw batter. Then whenever you want fresh blueberry muffins, you can take them out, put them back into the tin, into the oven, hey presto. As for right now though, I'm not going to freeze them. I'm going to pop these guys straight into the oven. So bake your muffins off at 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius for roughly 45 to 50 minutes, or until a nice golden brown on top. This has got to be my favorite part of the job. Just look how beautiful they are. You can see that they're done because they're nice and golden brown on top. And if you push down, It's firm under your finger, but it's still soft. Like I promised you, soft, lovely muffins. Fantastic. So you can let these cool down. You can store them at room temperature for up to 3 days, or you can just crack one open right now. Just look at that. What did I promise you? Bakery style blueberry muffins, and these guys deliver. This is exactly what I was going for, actually better than expected. So let's have a taste. Not only does this deserve a happy dance, it deserves a happy song. These are absolutely gorgeous. I'm really glad that I mastered this recipe and that I get to share it with you. Without a doubt, put this on the top of your priority baking list. So here's your homework for today. Head over to biggerbolderbaking.com, print off the recipe, try it, and upload a photo to my website because I would love to see them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back here really soon for more bigger, bolder baking.